Let's do it. Let's do it. We almost don't even have to look at their lineup for Leafs Sens. Another Battle of Ontario. Kuba, 10 points in as many games, plus 13. 12 points and 10 for Cooley. And 8 for Owen Sador. Wellwood, 13 points. 10 for Michael Misa. 2 for Matvei Michkov. It's hard to stream and keep YouTube in mind. Still isn't natural at this point. Elaborate. I mean, I do have to, you know, people watch on YouTube later, they'll be like, oh, he said chat. We're not chat. We're the comments section. Aside from that. Makala, 4 points. 4 points for Shantz. 9 for Clapperton. You got the 4 for Leo. 5 for Lume. And 3 points for Weeks. There is a very, very big argument. And I'm going to do it. Wellwood, Misa, Clapperton, Makala, Shantz, and Michkov. The defense, Dickinson, 5 points and a +6. 11 points and a +5 for Cam York. The head shake to end that video, starting this one right over with soft intro, shit like that. Yeah, I mean, it's not difficult to tell when I stopped a recording and pressed it again. Not difficult to tell. So, yeah, I mean, that's just easy enough. Saves me a little bit of editing time, basically. Cam Hartman, 2 points, but a +7. 14 points and a +8 for Evan Bouchard. 3 points and a +4 for Ling. 2 points and a +8 for Kostopoulos. And in goal, Greg Emerton. He's the guy for now. For now. Depends on how OCD the viewer is. Yeah, that could be probably problematic, but I mean, Jesus. Not to say that's an issue. Like, you know, people with OCD are going to pick up on things. People without OCD are going to pick up on things. People with OCD are going to complain. People without OCD are going to complain. Just is what it is. Let us take a look. It's always great when I can just hit a previous prediction and just restart it. Leafs and Sens. Again. What do the Ottawa Senators look like? Not drastically different than they've been in the past. You could argue that their depth is a bit weaker. It is Josh Norris, who's been great with Tim Stützle and Justin Poirier. Raphael Lavoie with Ridley Gregg and Drake Batherson. Gleb Trikozov with JT Compher and Christian Dvorak. Alex Tessier with Jack Roslovich and Yachim Kondalik. That is the type of team that beats our type of team every damn time. Defensively, Jake Sanderson alongside Lassie Thompson. Tuukka Piarala next to Kasper Kulanumi, a former Leaf. And Jaden Struble is with Max Crozier. In goal. You better hope he doesn't get injured. Former Leaf Scott Ratzlaff. Alex DeBrincat and Zach Werenski are both hurt. For how long? DeBrincat is 2 weeks out. Werenski was just injured. Say goodbye to our excuses. This is as good of a shot at finally making the Stanley Cup final as we will ever have. This is it. If we can't win this series, I don't think we're ever going to make it. 97, 89, 83, 82, 82, 68 for their goaltending. Game one. Game one. First period. 3-1 Sens. Batherson, Stützle, and Pierala. Wellwood gets the lone goal for us. Second period, still 3-1. 26 shots to 12, yet we're down by 2. 4-1, Kulanumi against his former team. Michkov makes it 4-2. Power play for the Sens. 5.5 to go. The Ottawa Senators take game 1. 5-2 final on the road. A brutal game for Edmonton and a very solid game for former Leaf Scott Rotzlaff. Horrific from that new second line is the only way to sum it up. Didn't work. Not a great game for Edmonton. We won't take him out after one bad game. Matvei Michkov, welcome back to the second line. Seattle up 1-0 on Arizona. It is game 2. First period. And now keep in mind, out of the final 4, we're the only ones that haven't won a cup in the last 5 years. First period. 2 goals on 9 shots. Dvorak and Thompson sends the lead. Second period. Jesus. We tied it at 3. A hat trick for Clapperton after getting relegated to the third line. 2 of them are on the power play. Batherson on the power play makes it 4-3. Third period down by 1. A brutal game from Edmonton. Bannock makes it 4-all. The Bannock. The banana. Wellwood makes it 5-4. Clapperton's 4th of the game. It's 6-4. 7-4. Macias Kuba. 8-4. 9-4. And a statement made by the Toronto Maple Leafs that at any time this team can take over. Gordie Clapperton and Evan Bouchard lead the way. And I took that personally. Gordie Michael Jordan Clapperton. Evan Bouchard, have yourself a game. No minus players, which you love to see. 2 bad games in a row for Edmonton, though, is going to force my hand. Evan Bouchard, Jesus Christ. Each series in a 1-1 split. But this is where the series could be decided. Game number 3, Jan Bardovich is back in. He has 2 starts, a shutout win and a demolition where he allowed 9 goals. Maybe 8 with an empty netter. Shout out to Gordie Clapperton. We'll leave it as is aside from the goaltending. Series shifts to Ottawa. Game number 3. Ottawa, Canada. As Sador scores very early. First shot of the game. First period. 2-0 Leafs. Sador and Shantz. Second period. Jesus Christ, that's why you can't get your hopes up. Hartman made it 3-0 at Stützle and Crozier to make it 3-2 in a 1-goal game heading into the third. Won't be surprised if Ottawa scores early. There's the goal. Gleb. Bouchard's first of the playoffs. 4-3. 7 minutes to go. Who takes game 3? Shantz makes it 5-3. And the Toronto Maple Leafs win game 3. 2-goal game for Chance. 2-point night for Evan Bouchard. No minus players. Good night for a lot of players. Not a dominant performance from Bartovich. But again, I'm not going to take him out after one bad performance. We're going to treat it like the regular season as Arizona takes the lead on Seattle. It is game number 4. Bartovich gets one more chance. First period. Crozier, Sanderson, and Gregg. And then JT Compher on Emerton. At least Bartovich was pulled this time. 4 goals on 8 shots. Down by 4. Second period. 5-1. Ridley Gregg. Wellwood gets our first goal of the game on the power play. And it looks like, barring a miracle, we'll be tied through 2 games. Very quiet third period. Michkov makes it 5-2. And the Sens take game 4 and tie the series up at 2 apiece. Gregg, Ratzlaff, and Crozier as the 3 stars of the night. Horrible game for Cam York. Emerton did all right. And that is probably the last we see of Bartovich in the playoffs. Arizona, 1 win away in what could be the final run for Matthews and Bedard as a combination. It's already generated 3 cups. Can it generate a 4th? Emerton gets the chance. We're not going to change anything about the lines, but if we lose this game heading into game number 6, we will be optimizing based off of best performance so far. It's game 5 on home ice. First period, 1-0 Leafs. Matvei Michkov. Second period, it's 2-2. Mies on the power play, then Compher and Gleb. We go to the third, tied at 2. Game number 5 in a 2-2 split. Banach gets a goal. The 4th liner. So we waste a power play. 10 minutes to go in regulation. Eric Wellwood makes it 4-2. The Toronto Maple Leafs are 1 win away from their first Stanley Cup Finals appearance in this franchise. 1 fucking win away. Pretty terrible game for Chance, Makala, and Clapperton. As Emerton has a phenomenal game with a .920 save percentage. As Seattle stays alive. Game 6. Are we going to the final? First period, 1-1. Gleb and Wellwood. Second period, 3-2 Ottawa. Weak, shorthanded. Lajoie in the same power play. Or Lavoie, not Lajoie. And Dvorak gives them the lead. Third period, power play. Toronto goes to waste. Dickinson scores to tie it. Cam York on the power play gives us the lead. Clapperton scores. Power play Ottawa goes to waste. We are a minute and a half away. A minute and a half away. Is it finally time? Is it finally time?
trying to get back on the attack now. Dvorak's got it.
Dvorak blocked.
Completely the wrong way.
Michkov for York. Cam York throws one on, paddled away. Michkov hustling Matvey Michkov. As we hit the final minute, Ottawa pulls their goalie. Poke check by Dickinson. Centering feed somehow doesn't go. What a chance for Dvorak. Extra attacker. Zach Werenski back in the series. Wellwood has trouble. Sanderson scores. Don't go anywhere yet. Alex Tessier pulls Ottawa to within one.
Grind away, dig away. Now you got a chance. Only trailing by 1 goal.
Puck is dropped and we are.
Sens win the draw.
The Senators take it along the wall.
The Deke, York can't hold it. Stützle. Lavoie shot deflects wide. Alex DeBrincat's back as well. Centering feed. Blocker save. DeBrincat still has it. Lavoie shot save Emerton. 27 seconds to go.
Kills the play before any other damage can be done.
Officials have got both teams ready, and it looks like play is set to resume here.
Norris on the face-off for Ottawa. Wins the draw. Sanderson to Thompson. Shot blocked. Stützle to the point. Sanderson now. Down to Norris. Ridley Gregg to Thompson. Save. Loose puck. Bouchard. Held up in the corner. Sens retain possession. Stützle across Norris. Denied on the backhand. 5 seconds. Gregg. Looking, Stützle saved by Emerton. The Toronto Maple Leafs are going to the Stanley Cup final. Finally. Fucking finally.
You start to work and make sure that you're prepared, but enjoy it now. You don't get this very often.
A lot of bottom lips need to be pulled up here as they go through the handshake line, Ray.
Emotionally and physically, you put everything into your season, and it's now over. That side of the line is really a tough place to be.
That'll do it for tonight's EA Sports broadcast. Hey, look, plenty of action just around.
We defeat the Sens in 6. We will play Seattle or Arizona in the Stanley Cup final. A late deflection goal nearly cost us. 3-assist night for Michkov. Christian Dvorak was apparently first star. Another rough game for Emerton. But when Emerton has a rough game, we can still win. When someone else has a rough game, we lose it, as Seattle and Arizona go to Game 7. Will it be the team that won the Stanley Cup 2 years ago, because again, Columbus won it last year, or will we finally get our showdown against Austin Matthews, Connor Bedard, and the Arizona Coyotes? I don't know what to think right now.